Okay. Yeah, it's done. Is it okay now? Is it okay now? Okay. Then texting you. So. 19. YouTube link you have Yeah. Hello guys, it's a new thing, it's a new approach. We are trying something, through YouTube. Uh, Sham, is everything okay? Sham, can you see me? The board clear? Yeah. All right. So guys, what we were discussing was the so-called algebraic fractions. That is what we were discussing last time, and we were trying our best to understand the concept. Okay. So guys, by today we will be able to finish off the grade 10 section of algebraic fractions, right? So once we are done with that, we can move on to the so-called percentages, right? Guys, it's just a reminder of what we have already done and how to deal with different types of problems, when it has algebraic fractions. Guys, first of all, what if you have something like 1 over x squared minus 1 over x squared minus 1 plus 1 over x plus 1. Guys, when you have something like this, when you have a kind of an algebraic fraction, whenever you have an algebraic fraction like this, how are you going to add them? So this is our focus, when we have something like this, how are you going to add them? So guys, the first primary step that you need to think about is factorization, So in the last section, we learned how to factorize certain stuffs. So in this section, we will learn how to use those factorizations. So guys, when you have x squared minus 1 and when you consider x plus 1, these are the denominators. Now guys, we have to find the LCM of the denominator. And once we have found the denominator, LCM of the denominator, it is much more convenient. It's much more convenient for us to deal with the problem. Alright guys, alright. So let's factorize this x squared minus 1. Let's start to factorize this x squared minus 1. So if you consider this x squared minus 1, it's pretty sure that x squared is a square number. Right? Because x into x is going to be x squared. So it's pretty sure that we know that x squared is a square number, and 1 is also a square number. Why 1 is a square number? Because 1 into 1 is going to make you how much? 1. So therefore 1 square is equal to 1, and hence 1 is going to be a square number. So the one that we have is a square number. To be more precise, you can write this x squared minus 1 as x squared minus 1 squared. To be more precise, we can write this x squared minus 1 as x squared minus 1 squared. So guys, now we have two difference of squares, and you have a difference of two squares. So guys, if you write this properly, what you're going to have is, you will have x minus 1 into x plus 1, right? So guys, these are facts that we have already learned, when we were learning the last section, we have already learned this, right? So guys, the factors of two difference of square is the sum of those two numbers and the difference of those two numbers, alright? So guys, whenever you have 1 over x squared minus 1, you can write this as 1 over, let's initially factorize the denominator. So if you factorize the denominator, what you're going to have is, you will have x minus 1 into x plus 1 plus 1 over x plus 1. So this is exactly what we're going to have. So we're going to have 1 minus 1 into x plus 1 plus and 1 over x plus 1. So guys, this is exactly what we're going to have. So guys, now let's consider this. So if you consider, you're going to have 1 over x minus 1 into x plus 1 plus. The denominator over here is x plus 1, but here it's x minus 1 into x plus 1. So guys, this x minus 1, the term x minus 1 is an additional term. So the term x minus 1 is an additional term. So guys, in order for us to be, in order for us to solve this problem, we have to find the LCM. But how are we going to find the LCM? We can use the technique x minus 1 into x plus 1. Come on. You can write the next number. We have already written x minus 1 into x plus 1, and now we can write what? X plus 1. So this is going to be that. Now if we can put this. So now we are in search of what number to be used in order for us to start the revision. So we can use x minus 1 first of all. So if you use x minus 1 into x plus 1, when you divide it by x minus 1 into x plus 1, when you divide by x minus 1, the guy who is going to be remaining will be x plus 1. And here x plus 1 cannot be divided by x minus 1. Here the x plus 1 cannot be divided by x minus 1, so you're going to have x plus 1. Now if you divide everything by x plus 1. So if you divide x plus 1 by x plus 1, you're going to have 1. If you divide x plus 1 by x plus 1, you're going to have 1. Now let's multiply both of them. If you multiply both of them, your LCM is going to be x minus 1 into x plus 1. X minus 1 into x plus 1. So guys, 1 over x plus 1 is what we have. 1 over x plus 1 is what we have. So guys, in order for us to make the denominators the same, we have to multiply up and down. We have to multiply up and down by what? X minus 1. So guys, if you do that, x plus 1 is multiply up and down by x minus 1. So guys, when you do this, what you're going to have is, you will have 1 over x minus 1 into x plus 1, 1 over x plus 1 into x minus 1 into x plus 1. And here it's 1 into x, so that's going to be x minus 1 divided by x plus 1 into x minus 1. So guys, now the denominators are the same. So now moving on with the problem is much more comfortable for us. So guys, if you try to solve this, you have x minus 1 over x plus 1 as the denominator, x minus 1 into x plus 1 as the denominator. So you have x minus 1 over x plus 1 as the denominator. And at the numerator, you have 1 plus x minus 1. So there is plus 1 minus 1 gone. So if you solve this, you will have x over x minus 1 into x plus 1. So guys, I'll give you a couple of seconds, I'll give you a couple of minutes, let's say I'll give you 2 minutes. Quickly copy this down, guys. Quickly. So guys, hope you guys wrote this. Guys, is everybody okay here? Yeah? Cool? Fine? Hope you guys are okay, right? So let's do one more problem. Let's do one more problem for us to clarify this. So let's do one more problem, right? Because we have to have the understanding of what it actually means by factorization. So that is the first thing that we need to know. We need to know what it means by factorization, alright? And also guys, we need to know what it means by LCM, right? And guys, connecting both of them we need to know how to solve these problems. So the first thing is factorization, the second thing is LCM, the third thing is connecting all of them, and fourth thing is what? To solve the problem. Cool. So guys, let's do one more problem. So what if you have a quadratic equation like this? 1 over x squared plus 3x plus 1. Let's say 2 plus 2. Okay. Plus 1 over x plus 1 squared. Or let's not say x plus 1 squared. Let's just say it's x plus 1. Because when you have something like this, how are we going to solve this kind of problem? How are we going to solve this kind of problem? So guys, for us to solve a problem with algebraic fraction, the first thing that we need to think about is about factorization. The first thing that we need to think about is about factorization. So the second thing that we need to think about is what? About the LCM. What is the third thing that we need to think? We need to think about connecting them. The LCM and factors, we have to connect them. So once we connect them, all we need to do is what? To solve them. Nice. So guys, let's initially factorize the denominator over here. Right? So what is the denominator over here? It's x squared plus 3x plus 2. It's x squared plus 3x plus 2. So guys, this is the denominator that we have, right? So you have x squared plus 3x plus 2. So this is the denominator that we have. So guys, let's initially factorize this. But guys, when you factorize this, you have to know the guy who is in the middle. You have to think about the guy who is in the middle. So the guy who is at the middle is what? 3x. The guy who is at the middle is what? 3x. So guys, you have to break this 3x into 2. You have to break this 3x into 2 such that when you add these two numbers, when you break this and when you add them, it should give you 3x. Right? So guys, x squared plus some kind of x plus some kind of x. So when you add them, it should make 3x. For example, it's like x plus 2x. Another example that we can have is 4x minus x. Another example that we can have is 5x minus 2x. Now look at this students. X plus 2x will give you 3x. 5x minus 2x will also give you 3x. 4x minus x will also give you 3x. Right? So guys, we have to break this appropriately. I mean, when you break this, the next thing that you need to focus is the coefficients. When you multiply the coefficient must give you how much? The last number, that is 2. So 1 into 2 is how much? 2. 4 into minus 1 is how much? Minus 4. 5 into minus 2 is how much? Minus 10. So guys, when you multiply those coefficients, those coefficients must give you 2. The last number over here, the last digit over there. So guys, the best possible numbers for us to break is, it's x and 2x. When you break this 3x into 2, you're going to have 2x and x. Alright? So guys, x plus 2x. So breaking in this fashion will make it more convenient. Why is that? Because the coefficient of x over here is 1, the coefficient of x over here is 2. So 1 into 2 is going to give you 2. So we have broken this so that when you add these two, it is making 3x, and when you multiply the coefficient, it is making 2. So guys, now, let's think about the first two terms. We have to couple them. We have to couple these together, and we have to couple these two together. So here, x squared plus x is what you have. So for both x squared plus x is common. So take x out of the bracket. So you have x into x plus 1 plus. For 2x plus 2 is common. So let's take out 2. So you're going to have x plus 1 over here. Alright friends. Now you have x into x plus 1 and you have 2 into x plus 1. So for both of these two, x plus 1 is common. So take x plus 1 out of the bracket. So when you take x plus 1 out of the bracket, you're going to have x plus 1 into x plus 2. So you have x plus 1 into x plus 2. So the factors of x squared plus 3x plus 2 is going to be x plus 1 into x plus 2. So guys, now the problem is quite easy for us. Now the problem is quite easy for us. Okay. Now what we have to do is let's write down the factors. Okay. So you have 1 over x squared plus 3x plus 2 is what we have. So when we have factorize this, we have x plus 1 into x plus 2. So let's write that down. So x plus 1 into x plus 2 plus 1 over x plus 1. Yes, I'm pretty sure that you might have already found the LCM. Okay. So guys, the LCM for x plus 1 into x plus 2 and x plus 1 is what? What is that? Now the first step is what? Factorization. So we have done that part. Now we need to think about what? LCM. So let's think about the LCM. So you have x plus 1 into x plus 2, comma, x plus 1. Now, first thing that you need to do is what? To divide this by x plus 1. So when you divide by x plus 1, you're going to have what? X plus 2, comma, x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 is going to be how much? 1. Now let's divide this by x plus 2. So you're going to have 1 comma 1. Now let's multiply both of them. So the LCM is going to be equal to x plus 1 into x plus 2. Alright. So guys, the LCM is x plus 1 into x plus 2. But what we have is x plus 1. We just have x plus 1 over here. So we need x plus 2, as an additional term. So we will be multiplying x plus 2 at the denominator, and also we will be multiplying x plus 2 at the numerator. Doing that would give us 1 over x plus 1 into x plus 2 plus, we have 1 over x plus 1 multiplying up and down by x plus 2 will give you x plus 2, and you also need to give you x plus 2. So guys, now let's take this. So you have 1 over x plus 1 into x plus 2. And guys, you have 1 into x is going to be x plus 1 into 2 is going to be 2 over x plus 1 into x plus 2. So guys, now x plus 1 into x plus 2 is your LCM. So at the numerator, you're going to have 1 plus x plus 2. So guys, let's do the math. 1 plus 2 is going to be 3. So you have x. So x plus 3 divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2. So guys, these are the solution. I hope that you guys might have understood this. So I'll give you a couple of minutes again. Quickly copy this down. Quickly. Okay guys, I hope you guys are okay here, right? If you aren't okay here, once the session is over, you can go back and you can just rewind the video, and then you can come back again, so that you will understand this perfectly probably. Okay. So in that case, guys, let's do one of the problems from grade 10 books. So let's do one of the problems from grade 10 book. All right. So what we're gonna have is. So what we're going to have is, guys, you have 3 over x squared plus x minus 2. So 3 over x squared plus x minus 2. And you have minus 1 over x squared minus x squared minus x minus 6. So this is one of the problems that we have extracted from the grade 10 book of Sri Lankan syllabus. So guys, first of all, we have what is the denominator. So guys, according to us to solve a problem based on algebraic fractions, the first focus is what? Factorization. The second thing is looking at the LCM. The third thing is connecting them, and the fourth one is solving them. So guys, let's consider x squared plus x minus 2. So you have x squared plus x minus 2. Let us initially factorize this. So guys, you have to break this x into 2, right? You have to break this x into 2 portions, such that when you add them, should make you x, and when you multiply the coefficients, should make you minus 2. So in that case, we will have 2x minus x. Why so? Because 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. 2 into minus 1 is going to be minus 2. So this is going to be. So for both of them, let's couple them. When you couple them, for x squared plus 2x, x is common. Take that out. So you're going to have x into x plus 2. So now for minus x minus 2, minus 1 is common. So take that minus 1 out of the bracket. So you have minus 1 into x plus 2. So guys, now x into x plus 2 minus 1 into x plus 2 is there. So x plus 2 is common for both of them. Just take x plus 2 out of the bracket. So when you take x plus 2 out of the bracket, you will have x plus 2 into x minus 1. So guys, these are the factors of x squared plus x minus 2. Similarly, let's think about x squared minus x minus 2. So the factors of x squared minus x minus 6 will be, you have x squared minus x minus 6, right? So the factors of x squared minus x minus 6 will be x squared. So when you break x into 2 portions, you're going to have minus 3x plus 2x. Why so? Because look at this, minus 3 plus 2 is going to be minus x, and minus 3 into plus 2 is going to be minus 6. Alright. So guys, now you have minus 6 over here. So that's the core understanding that we need to have, guys. You have to break this into 2 such that when you add them, you will have minus x, and when you multiply them, you will have minus 6. So that is the basic understanding that you need to have. So now let's couple them. So when you couple them, you're going to have what? X into x minus 3 plus 2 into x minus 3. So guys, now for both of them, x minus 3 is common. Take x minus 3 out of the bracket. So you're going to have x minus 3 into x plus 2. So that is the LCM, guys. Sorry, that is your factors, So the factors of x squared minus x minus 6 is x minus 3 into x plus 2. Now let's write this down. So you're going to have 3 over x plus 2 into x minus 1. Okay, and then we have minus 1 over x minus 3 into x plus 2. So guys, look at this, x plus 2 is common for both of them. This guy lacks x minus 3, and this guy is lacking what? X minus 1. So for this guy, let's multiply x minus 3 up and down. So you will have 3 times x minus 3, and at the denominator also you will have x plus 2 into x minus 1 into x minus 3. So for this guy, you are having x minus 1. So let's multiply up and down by x minus 1. So you will have x minus 1. So you have x minus 3, x plus 2, x minus 1. Okay. So this is what we have. Okay. Is the board clear? Alright. So let me use that portion of the board. Let me use this portion of the board to conclude that with that problem. So there's now 3 into x is going to be 3x. 3 into minus 3 is going to be minus 9. The denominators are common for both of them, right? Because it's x plus 2, so x plus 2 done. X minus 1 done. X minus 3, that's also done. Yeah. So you're going to have 3x into minus 3, so that's going to be 3x minus 9. And you have 1x into minus 1, so that's going to be x minus 1. But because of this negative in front of this, the plus x becomes negative x. 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, but because of this negative, it will be plus 1. And the denominator is going to be x plus 2 into x minus 1 into x minus 3. Alright, 3x minus x is going to be what? 2x. Minus 9 plus 1 is how much? Minus 8. Divided by x plus 2, x minus 1 into x minus 3. So this is equal to 2x minus 8. For both of them 2 is common, so take 2 out of that. So you're going to have 2 into x minus 4 divided by x minus 1, x plus 2, x minus 3. Here we go. So guys, you can copy this down also, right? So copy this down also quickly. Okay guys, so let's do one more problem. Okay. So let's do one more problem. So it's it's a problem from book. Okay. So let me start off here. Okay. So yeah. Oh, guys, you are right. Anyways, you can go, you can rewind this, and you can later on you can watch the video, and you can pause the video, and then you can copy down everything that you want. All right. So students, let's think about problem number G. Problem number G of grade 10 book. Okay. So grade 10 book, it's the 137th page. It's the 137th page, and exercise 13.2. Okay. So what they have given is 4 over p square plus p minus 6 minus 2 over p square plus 5p plus 6. So these are what we have. Okay. So guys, now you have p square plus p minus 6. So p square plus p minus 6. P square plus 5p plus 6. So this is what we have. So the first step is to factorize them. So p square plus p minus 6. So if you factorize them, you're going to have p square plus 3p minus 2p minus 6. So 3 minus 2 is going to be p, right? So there we go. So now connect these two. So you will have p into p plus 3 minus p into, here 2 is common, right? So here 2 is common. So you can take minus 2 out of the bracket. So you will have p plus 3 also. So guys, now p plus 3 is there. So you are going to have p plus 3 into p minus 2. So here what we have is p square plus 5p plus 6. So guys, now let's break this. So you will have p square plus 3p plus 2p plus 6. So now guys, you can connect these two. So you will have p into p plus 3 plus 2 into p plus 3. So guys, now for both of them, p plus 3 is common. So just take p plus 3 out of the bracket. So when you take p plus 3 out of the bracket, you're going to have what? P plus 3 into p plus 2. So you have p plus 3 into p minus 2 and p plus 3 into p plus 2. So those are the factors of p square, p minus 6 and p square plus 5p plus 6 respectively. So guys, now if you write this in the factorized form, if you write the denominator in the factorized form, what you're going to have is, you will have 4 over p square plus p minus 6. So that's going to be p plus 3 into p minus 3, p minus 2, p plus 3 into p minus 2, and then guys, you're going to have minus 2 into p plus 3 into p plus 2. So guys, for both of them, p plus 3 is common. P plus 3 is common. Okay, so for both of them, p plus 3 is common. So guys, you have p minus 2 here, additionally, and you have p plus 2 here additionally. So here, you need to multiply up and down by p plus 3. So let's do that. So you're going to have 4 over 4 into, if you multiply up and down by p plus 2, actually you need to multiply by p plus 2. So if you do that, you're going to have p plus 2, and at the denominator, you will have p plus 3 into p minus 2 into p plus 2 minus 2 into, so you have p plus 3, you have p plus 2, you need p minus 2, so let's do that. So you're going to have p minus 2. So at the denominator you will have p plus 3, p plus 2 into p minus 2. So guys, now the denominator is the same, the denominator is the same, for these two. So then 4 into p is going to be 4p plus 4 into p is going to be 8. 2 into p is going to be minus 2p Minus 2 into minus 2 is going to be what? Plus 4 divided by p plus 3 into p minus 2 into p plus 2. This is equal to 4p minus 2p is going to be 2p. 8 plus 4 is going to be 12 divided by p plus 3 into p minus 2 into p plus 2. So guys, this is going to be a final solution. So this is going to be a final solution. So guys, guys, quickly copy this down. I'll give you about 2 minutes. Quickly. Alright, so let's do one more problem. No? So that will make ourselves pretty much convenient with the entire section of algebraic fractions. Okay. So guys, let's move on. Okay, let's move on. So let's think about a problem like this. Let's say you have a problem like 1 over. You have a problem like 1 over x squared plus 4x. So say you have a problem like 1 over x squared plus 4x plus 4, okay, squared plus 4 minus 1 over x minus 2 into x plus 2. Okay, so you have x minus 2 into x plus 2. So guys, now let's consider x squared plus 4x plus 4. So you have x squared plus 4x plus 4, right? So guys, now let's say you have x squared plus 4x plus 4. Now let's break this 4x into 2 portions such that when you add them, you get 4, and when you multiply the coefficient of x, you must get 4. So guys, in that case, you will have x squared. So when you break this into 2, you will have what? Plus 2x and plus 2x. Because look at this, 2x plus 2x is going to make you how much? 4x. 2 into 2 is going to be how much? 4. So guys, in that case, you will have x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4, as the breaking part for the factors. Initially, first of all, we need to think about factors, right? So if you want to think about the factors, first of all, you have to break this into 2 such that when you add them, you get 4x, and when you multiply the coefficient of x, you must get 4. So there you go. So now let's couple these two together, and let's couple these two together. So when you do that, you're going to have, you have x squared plus 2x. So x is common. So take x out of the bracket. So when you do that, you will have x into x plus 2 plus. Get the 2 out of the bracket. So when you take this 2 out of the bracket, you're going to have 2 times x plus 2. So guys, if you consider this term over here, and if you consider this term over here, x plus 2 is common to both of them. So if x plus 2 is common for both of them, let's just take x plus 2 out of the bracket. So guys, when you take x plus 2 out of the bracket, when you just take x plus 2 out of the bracket, you will have x plus 2 times x is over here plus, and you have 2 over here, so you're going to have x plus 2 and x plus 2. So now you have 1 over x square plus 4, x plus 4 is going to be x plus 2 into x plus 2 minus 1 over x minus 2 into x plus 2. So this the adhan is going on. So it's post for couple of minutes till the adhan is over. reload आगे पेज का https.www should be exposed. Alright guys. Alright. So you have x plus 2. Here again you have x plus 2. So you have 2 x plus 2's over there. But here you just have 1 x plus 2. So 1 x plus 2 is lacking there. And 1 x minus 2 is lacking here. So let's do that. So x minus 2, you have to multiply this x minus 2 with this 1. So you will have x plus 2 squared into x minus 2. Minus 1 over x minus 2 into x plus 2. So let's multiply up and down by x plus 2. Right? So you have 1 into x is going to be x minus 2. 1 into minus x is going to be minus x. Minus 1 into plus 2 is going to be minus 2. Everything divided by, guys, you have x plus 2 into x plus 2, so that's going to be x plus 2 whole thing squared. And x minus 2 is the guy who has been who is just roaming around. So you have to include them by force. You have to include it by force. So you will have x plus 2 whole thing squared into x minus 2. So guys, plus x minus x gone. So minus 2 and minus 2 will be minus 4 divided by x plus 2 whole thing squared into x minus 2. So guys, this is the solution. So this is the solution for these kinds of problems, guys. So we need to understand. These are just examples, right? These are just examples. Now once you have learned this, you will know the method to how to solve these kinds of problems, right? So in that case, the problems, that we were discussing about 4 or 5 problems. I don't remember actually how many problems that we discussed. So these problems are more than enough for us to study how things are working, right? So if you clearly know about how to factorize the stuffs, and if you really know how to find the LCM, these 4 problems are more than enough for you to understand the pattern and move on with algebraic fractions. It's more than enough. It's absolutely enough. So in that case, this is what we have. So you can try out exercise in algebraic fractions. You have the rest of the problems. So you can just sneak them up and you just can try them out. And if you feel uncomfortable, or if you feel if you find any difficult, if you find any doubts, you can with no hesitation, you can always ask from me, so that I'll be readily I'll try my best to allocate the time for you people. So there's no issue in that. So in that case, guys, thank you very much for participating. So we will wind up for Assalamu alaikum, guys. Samara Oma, and Garabot and Gandon. May cut the codes now. You have cut this one, you have this.